All right, people, now that we have perfect information, just want to get back into this. First thing here at the open, right? Not necessary to trade. That first hour, nothing really happened, but obviously this bull below the blue won. The most important thing is just like when it's low volume, tradability is on nightmare mode. Every single time, I mean, this makes a little bit of money, but this alert comes in, you come back and check the chart, like you have to know that you're late. You wanted that here, or you wanted it down here, even better, right? Both spots below the strike, you move into the money, you get two right here. Absolutely amazing. This one, you're up one. Could it keep going? Of course it could. And it went up two. We don't get three. Was in the trenches with everyone on this trade. Shout out to Tribal. This one was tough because typically, or approximately, I guess 50% of the time, when you get back to the blue right here, you keep flying. But it's like we didn't, and that's okay. Just don't lose money, right? Don't lose money on it. Next, coming down, okay? You get a swing very early, but you have to think like, hey, you don't want to try the swing at -1. Let's wait for -2. Probably won't go to 3. And that ended up being the best trade of the day, right? Because if you were able to hold through all of this chop and it gets a little bit below 560, you're getting your 200% plus right there. Same time, right? Bulls above the blue. I don't care what the win rate is. I don't care how well it normally does. You have to know that you're late. And if we want to enter, we're using KTR and being very tight on our stops. So anytime we're like at an advantage below, right, we might go a 20% stop loss because we think it's going to turn around. And that's what Wall Street's doing, right? And that's why they're buying calls and selling puts. That's why we're willing to say, hey, we're going to risk 20% for hopefully 100% plus. If you're trading anything up here after the move already happened, it's like, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Because obviously the market in lower volume is going to kill as many people as possible. And that even happens to the best of them. I mean, this is probably like $500,000 in bullish flow. I mean, they have better data, better whatever than all of us. They know that typically it keeps going. It didn't and ended up finishing right here, basically at 551. Let's look at the bears for the day. It's the same thing. Bears above, bulls below. All of them gave you a great opportunity to make money. All right, people. What is this? What are we looking at right here? Late, right? This one's above, it's nuking, and you make a decent amount of money off of that trade. You do well here as well, right above, and then you get the move down, okay? Low volume, we do not want to chase anything. That means this one, even though the win rate's high, hey, we can take it, but we're using KTR, keeping a tight stop, and whatever happened, you lost money, right? Because it just went straight up to here. And what you notice is on this move up, they are not slamming it with bears, right? You're not getting that bearish flow coming in, and there were bulls there. Below the blue line, low volume, don't mess with it. If you took these later, I mean, that's at the strike, probably break even, lose a little bit. You have these two, but this like cluster right here, coming right down into the Robinhood close at 1530, they nuke it below the blue, and then that was it. But like every time you traded a bear above, right? Boom. But we never get to 3. It's just classic Wall Street BS. But if you use rigged and you're looking at tradability, it's like the win rate for this thing might be great. And that great means 50%. You just have to know, hey, and we're building this into the app, that there was just a move down, right? You don't want that here. You want to take bears when you're in BL plus, +2 territory, which you don't really even get. You get that at the end, which is nice. But just stick to the system. Try not to let your mind and ego impact you as much in your decisions. Be a robot out there. Be stoic. That's the way to do it. Mostly speaking to ourselves, because we mess this up all the time. Emotionally, you're watching the price action, and this is a big nuke. This is a big nuke. You're going from 560, and it looks like you're going to break 558, and emotionally, you're so locked in, and you're like, oh, dude, this is it. This is the sell-off. We're going down 2%. I'm going to get 10 strikes, whatever. Could it happen? Sure, but need to be careful. Need to be careful. Don't fall in love with it. 50% is a coin flip. Let's look at Monday, which was completely different and out of the ordinary compared to the 21st and 20th. Here looking at Monday the 19th, a little bit of a different session because we get, what is this, like 4 up at the close with a strike and a half coming in the last 10 minutes. Classic Wall Street BS. But let's not talk about that. Let's review it, right? 10:30, the open. A little bit of volatility, it comes back down, and then price moves up. There's a small bull hidden all the way back here, and it ended up being one of the best trades of the day in hindsight. But like in real time, it doesn't feel like that. You get these 2 bulls that come after a nice move up. So you're bouncing off the blue line, and this is maybe a strike and a half. It's one of those situations where, hey, we love the trade. We're taking a small position. But when this thing has every chance to break above this 557 strike, and it just doesn't do it, right? It's just chopping right here, right below it. You have to think, okay, there's probably going to be a pullback. Bear comes in, you're like, man, I would have loved that right here at like 557, so you're getting a full $1, but it doesn't, right? And this is like the most important part right here. You get a pullback, the bear doesn't take it down. You are very interested in these trades right here because the win rate is high, and when you pull back to 556, you're like right at KTR, Komodo target range. Let's look at it now. This is why KTR kicks booty. 40.21% win rate with ADV, almost as good as Edge, and showing you KTR is 75 to 83. The low is 77. That's absolutely perfect. The next one, low is 35 from 48. That's below our 20% drawdown. Maybe you get stomped out of that one. But you're winning huge at 339% buying and holding until the end of the session using KTR. Now, the best way to track this is using our new live feed. Can't do exactly what I want because it's not live anymore, so we're looking at the 21st. The example will still work. We're looking at 0 DTE, all win rate 0%. That means just show us everything on SPY and QQQ. You can also filter by Komodo, high win rate alerts, and basically when these come in, all we need to do is hit the pin. Pin that at the top, and what will happen next is with your pinned alerts, we're going to send you updates. So if KTR hits, you're going to know it right there, and you can find a better entry. So like the way the rigged system is evolving is given, the year and a half of historical data that we have, it's not a year and a half, it's like a year, we're able to tell you, hey, when Wall Street is participating and they're putting on big trades like this, and this is the position on the chart, here's the win rate and where it normally draws down to. Hey, we're at that part where it draws down. You want to get into calls, there's another bull bomb. Take that thing, baby. So much cool stuff happening here. If you're still out there watching this, thank you. Appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day.